Alright, we're live on the Spreaker end, and we are going in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Facebook. There might be a delay. There already was a delay. I was late as shit trying to get everything hooked up. I had a problem with the internet, but nonetheless, thank you. Let's get to it. I was going to open up with some music. Maybe I can have some underlying, music playing underneath. What the fuck? That's not what I wanted. I guess not. This whole thing, I think something's telling me not to do the show. Because everything's just been in, oh, hey, found it. All right, cool. It's probably going to be loud for a second. Yeah. Okay. So, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I am like 20 minutes late. Hello, Pearson. Hello, Oz. Let's see if I can recover from this shit show, literally. Here's a little displace. Let me gather myself for a minute, alright? What's going on, everyone? Sorry about that. It was a fucking hell of a way to get this thing going. First, my other computer wouldn't work. Got this one to work, thank God. But we're here. Let's do this. But it's a little more displaced for here. We'll play it underneath. This is Scratcha. What's going on, Oz? What's going on, Pearson, Art McGill, Tracy, Lindsay, Chad, Devin, Randall, Carlton? What's going on to the XCCW crew? Thank you for joining me. Let me, yeah, look at that. Representing the Titans. Because of that courageous victory they had over the New England Patriots. I got the numbers here. If you didn't catch the game, how do I sound over there in your guys' end? I kind of like the music underneath. This is one of my favorite songs. But we got the numbers here. I'm stoked about it. As you all know, I'm a Dolphins fan, but I like the Titans. Not just because the movie was amazing. Remember the Titans, but. That's a whole nother thing. But I went to Tennessee. They showed us around the stadium. It's very nice people, and they're underdogs, so you gotta like that. But they've been making the playoffs the past couple of years and kind of getting obliterated on their way too. But yeah, Tom Brady doing as usual. He threw literally 50% of his completions. And what's up? What's up, man? Thanks, man. Thank you, guys. You're good too, buddy. We got to get you on here. As you see, the studio is. Set up for solo mode, but that could be changed real quickly. I got a fucking sweet desk. So, Tom Brady throwing for half percent completion, 21 for 41, and 254 yards with 0 touchdowns, no interceptions though. Looks like they threw Hoyer in there, and then they did a trick play with Julian Edelman where Tom Brady actually caught the ball for, I believe, what was it, 6 yards? They're giving him, where are they? Yeah, 6 yards. So Tom Brady doing a little work out there at the age of 40. What is that, 41 now? That's impressive, man. Going out for passes. That's Jerry Rice status. If you don't know who Jerry Rice is, then stop watching because it's about to get real sportsy. No, I'm just joking. He's one of the greatest of all time. Real selfish, dude. What do you mean I'm selfish? How am I selfish? Josh Pinkson, what's up, brother? How you been, man? Me and him used to go riding together. Now I don't even know where you're living, dude. Hope you're doing good though. Let's see. But yeah, they kicked their ass, man. 34-10, man. The Titans over the Patriots. No one saw that shit coming, so figured this would be the shirt of choice to rep them. And then I went with the blue Mets hat because, got a match, dog. But all right. So how was your day? Feel free to call in. I am short-handed when it's coming to the technology thing. I still got shit to unpack, but I got the cord that we're currently listening to music on plugged in, but we would also use it for the phone. So if you want to call in, that's fine. We would just have to cancel the music, which I'll slim that down right about now. I think we had just about enough of that. There we go. It's a little more intimate now with just us rather than the music. Mike White, what's up, brother? Tom Clark, thank you for joining. Yeah, we're gonna talk about military benefits. So I got what got me triggered on this was the way my day fucking started. I went to go put $3 in my account so it doesn't overdraft. I get paid on Thursday, so that's where I'm at in life. But I got a nice fucking chunk of change coming. I just gotta wait till Thursday. You know what I mean? And then or Friday, depending on how it works because of the whole holiday thing. But that's not your guys' problem. So I was like, I was going to put $3 in. I put $2 in instead because I wanted to get a fucking donut with some sprinkles on it. I've literally been having dreams about donuts a lot. And I don't know what that means. But, so I wanted a donut, chocolate with sprinkles. And it was early in the morning. It was about 9:30. So you had your cluster of, if you ever been to Ransomville Dunkin' Donuts, there's a cluster of old men waiting for their order. Same old guys every day. The fucking, then they got the little, like, lobby there, and they just sit there all fucking day because they're past sleeping in the same beds with their wives and shit like that. They'd rather, Thomas Clark is hot. That's from Art McGill. Did you take yourself off prime time? What do you mean prime time? Like, you mean because of my schedule right now? I don't know, I just, kind of like, I've been doing them kind of early, haven't I? Yeah, I have. I'm just getting back out there, man. I'm throwing shows out there because it's been a while since I've been doing them consistently. But yeah, Thomas Clark is hot. So anyway, I'm waiting for my donut. That's how it was busy. So what's up, John? Thanks for joining, brother. I'm waiting for my donut, and I had to wait because of all these old fucks getting their black coffee with a cup of ice on the side or some shit. I don't know. I used to work there, so like they just have the most random ass orders. Can I get some, what the fuck are they called? Munchkins? That's what they call their donut holes, or how Tim Hortons calls the Timbits. Can I get my Munchkins in each bag because I have a peanut allergy? Fuck you. Okay, and then they'd have very specific, just tedious orders. They'd bring their own mugs, so they'd save, like, I don't know, like 40 cents plus their 10% off AARP thing. So, like, they were real thrifty fucking cunts. And, so I'm waiting for these thrifty asshole cunts, and the guy notices that I'm wearing sweatpants on a Tuesday. What's up, Chris Wagner, Thomas Kiefer? You're a good man. I didn't want you to come in on that note. But they were being real assholes. But these are the sweatpants that I'm wearing. It's not like, and it's Tuesday, and I'm out of work for back and, injury, and my leg hurts and whatnot. So I like these, and it's not like they're thin material. They're not, like bummy fucking stained up, those like gray sweatpants with like, the elasticness on the ankle part. They look like sweatpants you can, run to Ransomville for. It's not like the fucking gates of Ransomville open every morning. We don't even have a mayor. Like, we settle things on the track, as I said before, the racetrack, the Big R. That's where we settle our beefs. But, so he's just like, oh, sweatpants on a Tuesday, huh? You must be taking it easy. And, like, it's none of his fucking business, and I wasn't going to get into the whole thing, like, no, I'm out of work right now on a back injury, because then he would have been like, back injury, look at my hat that says Seabees, because he was a veteran, probably after there was even any fucking war, and he's probably just got great stories about his buddies before him that were actually in, like, the Vietnam War and shit like that. I don't know, maybe this guy could have been a hero, who knows, but he fucking pissed me off, so to me, he's not. To me, I wish he was in war and took a piece of fucking shrapnel to the goddamn face. Anyway, let's see. Aaron Nicole, thank you for... All right, that's 2 days in a row. Matt Maines, what's up, you crazy asshole? Kyle Walker, love you, brother. Thank you for joining. I love you all, honestly. Thank you for joining and listening to this rant. But I'm getting somewhere. Think about pants on a Tuesday. I'm like, yeah, I'm working afternoons. I'm not. I just told him that because I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to dig in to him and hear more of his shit. I thought that would end it right there. And he's just like, I should be working doubles. Get all the time you can. You're young. And I just wanted to fucking throw his hot coffee with his cup of ice right in his face. But I didn't. So then that got me pissed off, thinking, like, this motherfucker's still probably collecting fucking money for his half-hearted fucking trip around the fucking Navy, because he's wearing this fucking hat, and I think it was like CBs or something like that on his head, and fucking... There was it didn't say, like, Vietnam vet or anything like that. Who knows, he could have been. But then it got me thinking, like, there's a ton of these cunts out there, even today, that serve in the military and then just make it, their whole life sound, like, hardened from it. And, like, I did real shit. And then they never even left, stateside. Or if they did it, they stayed, in fucking Germany or something. And there hasn't been a war in Germany since, what was it, late 40s, early 50s, fucking World War II, people. Thank you. I need my fact checker. Once again, we were talking about that yesterday. If you joined us, I want to thank Chris King for helping out yesterday as well. What's up, Mrs. Lash? I love you. But so the guy goes on and he keeps talking, and then all of a sudden he starts getting his fucking other friends involved, and they start saying shit. I just tune them out, and I'm just like, dude, how fucking long does it take to get a goddamn donut? And in the process of that, I was thinking, does this cocksucker really deserve Social Security? Because I really want, but then I don't want to wish anything bad on him, and then because I'm currently depending on the system as well, being out of work, and I don't want that to come back to haunt me, because that sucks. And it's about to get a little, hairy with my opinion on, disabilities and who deserves them and shit like that. And but we'll get to it. I'm not for one side or for another. I did some studying on it today. And if there are people that want to call in and educate me further, let me plug in that. You can probably hear that. I'm gonna take care of that right now. It's an extremely long cord. I just almost pulled down the entire fucking soundboard. Okay, wait. Hold on. Where'd you go? There it is, that. I didn't really take it away. Okay. So feel free to call in. The number is 716. Let me throw the number in there. 716-255-7752. That's also my number if you want to call me after hours. And, now, send me dick pics, that's what I'm all about. So there is that. Let's see. Sean Bodzwana, love you. Eric Pearson, what's up, brother? Love you, my man. We can't hear it. Now we can. It's gone. Good. Okay, what's up, Cody Coverall? Get your ass back to work. I wish you were there today to see those fucking cocksuckers. Were you there this morning? Did you see those cunts? You probably see them every day. But anyway, Jake, what's going on, my man? How you doing? God damn it, I always forget your fucking name. Entrepreneur. I know that's not it. With the CEO. How you doing, my man? Let me shut the door to the studio. Take a look at admire my purple for a minute. Don't go nowhere. Balls on my dick. Little backwards today. Sorry, everybody. So like I said, it was rough getting it started. So where was I? So this guy was making fun of me in front of his... I got my feelings hurt by some old men and shit like that. But no, it wasn't. What's up, Seth Luckman? How you doing, brother? My Cuban national friend. No, Jacob, topic today is... Did you read the fucking status? I do a promotional status about a half hour before. God damn it. All right, I'll let you know. It's about veteran benefits and stuff like that, and then whatever comes to mind. So, and if you guys want to call in, give me your opinion about it, and or if you want to talk about it, if you want to talk about anything, whatever you want to do. This is your show too. Everyone contributes to the Joe Show. It's Yo Show, Joe Show. It's also Yo Show. That's not gonna stick. Don't worry. So it got me thinking, like, there's a ton of people over here fucking who do enlist, and then they push it in their goddamn face, like how, they, and it doesn't matter what branch. I don't care. Any branch is military. It's military. I don't care if it's Navy, Marines, Army. I respect you. That's tough. It's not easy. You know what I mean? one may be easier than the other. I don't know. I have no experience in that field. So I'm not going to sit here and, make fun of the guy for being in the Navy, even though that'd be a real easy fucking go-to. I love you. You love me. Laugh my ass off. Colors. Well, you like my purple? Yeah, it's nice. At work, broski. Well, I hope you fucking have a horrible day. No, I hope you have a great day, Jake. Let's see. So let's get to it. VA compensation rate and disability. I've been looking into this. First thing that pissed me off was about VA compensation is if you have a significant other that is in AA, you get an extra $163 if you're in the 10% bracket. Now, it obviously goes, it's just like any ordinary disability. It's 10% to 100%, or 0%, but that'd be not disabled at all. And let's see, with children, obviously you get more, things of that sort. But now, just like in any system, people can claim shit that never have, and you don't have to go overseas to get the benefits. You either have to serve at least 2 years. I think you got to be past 2 years or deployed, and you're eligible for VA disability benefits. Thank you. And now, if it's not within that, say you're not within the two years, but you suffer from, where'd my piece of paper? It fell. I'm sorry. You suffer from military trauma from, I was just going over this. Military trauma within the 2 years, like anything sexual or an injury in basic training and stuff like that, then you are covered. And it also depends on your level of income. That's right. It's like food stamps. You know what I mean? I think $47,000 and $50-something is the window there. Like I said, educate me. I just started studying about this today because it pissed me off. I want to know, like how this shit actually works before I start, picking at these dudes in my head. And like I got a buddy who served in the Marines, went over, was active, got shot at. His friend got shot. I'm not sure if he got shot, but he doesn't like bring it up and act like he was like fucking Medal of Honor, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and then you got guys who pretended to go over and then they didn't, and they lied to you for a long time. Here we go. We got a Marine right now calling in let's see if he wants to remain. Hello, patron. Do you want to be named?
Yeah.
What's up, brother? It's Chad Lasher, a veteran.
Up, buddy?
What's going on, my man? What do you want to... I'm sure you'd definitely be an asset to the show. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I just heard you explain. I don't know if it's income-based at all.
It is.
I don't know.
It is. Depending on your eligibility of it. Let's see. Go ahead. You keep talking.
Anyone's fucking eligible. It's pretty much the way they look at it is fucking. It doesn't matter if you deployed anywhere, even if you were only in the service for. I think you have to do a maximum of like.
It's 2 years.
Yeah, but there's also some stipulations where you don't even have to serve that long.
Well, there's variables. Yeah, like I said, if you get any military trauma beforehand, whether like someone raped you or like you broke you hurt yourself in basic training and stuff like that, you file it and then you're eligible for it to get the income, which I think is totally necessary. If you suffer something in the military, get Joe's motherfucking check. But
and a lot of it is bullshit though, because you can claim. I think right off the bat, you can claim
what's up, Brownie?
Some shit that they can't even truly test for, like PTSD being one of them.
Right.
But
go ahead.
You can bullshit your way through that.
Right.
And that's like a huge chunk of a percentage of disability. It works on. It's a check that you're going to get for the rest of your life.
Yes. We both know I have someone close to me that works in that. They wish to remain anonymous. There we go. And that's I talked to that individual for a little bit, and she was telling me that that's a big one that a lot of people get away with. The only thing that people don't get away with, obviously, is like shit that doctors wrote down. You know, like prior, because people try to get prior injuries. You know what I mean? That they may have suffered in high school sports or some shit like that. But you know, there's like hearing impairment that people use, fucking that they can, you know, and they do get scammed. But you know, at the same time, I feel it's gonna help your income. It's gonna help your household. Where else is that money gonna go? That's what it's there for. But at the same time, I mean, like, how much is it? Like, how much is actually going into the hands of wrong people? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because the big difference between regular disability and the VA disability is you can be 100% disabled through the VA. So if you're 100% in your mind, you think, okay, this dude can't do shit.
Right.
But you are still allowed to work.
Yes.
You can work full time. It doesn't. They just
and you still get the benefits, which is. What do you think about that? You think that's legit? Do you think they should cut it down like they do with workers' compensation? Or like, which I'm not saying that is anywhere close to, you know, people who've served and shit like that. But like, do you think that people deserve, like, you know, I think I went cross-eyed for a second. Sorry about that, everyone. But like, you know, if you're 100% disabled from the military, you know, that means, well, no, I get that should mean you should still be able to work. You know what I mean? Because you put your life on the line for the country. So if you're willing to work still. I guess that makes sense. I get that.
The way they see it is you volunteered for something.
Right.
And it fucked you up, so, okay, we're going to compensate you this much because you volunteered for it. I mean, obviously it'd be different if you went into your job that you hold right now and got hurt and got fucking, I don't know, you're, like for you, for example, mess your back up, they're not going to let you work.
Right, exactly. But you know what the kicker to that is they still want me to find work to show that I'm active in the workforce. Isn't that fucked up? It's like, but I have a job still. But which I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about that, so I'll keep. But I just say, because you know, what's up, Jeff Rogers, Josh Klein, Tim Saby, thank you for joining. I've been around military people and stuff like that, and all their women are whores, pretty much. You know what I mean? They just fuck and have a good time, and then never see. Most of them don't see combat, and then they can get hurt or like make shit up, like, oh, I have PTSD because I fucking miss my family or something like that, being away and shit like that. And then so what? You spent 4 years partying on, you know, the government's dime, and then fucking now you're gonna get it for the rest of your life, and you didn't do shit. Like, you know, like there's, I'm trying to fucking balance it out in my head whether or not to, because there's people out there that suck no matter what you do. But I mean, it's just fucking aggravating, and I don't mean to do it so close to. It's like doing 9/11 conspiracy on 9/11. You know what I mean? Like thousands of.
We're like, hey, this is our Veterans Day special. Fuck the vets.
Now I'm not saying fuck all vets, but I mean like. No. It's like Hannibal Buress says, like, do we have to support the troops as a whole? I support them, but like each individual, like, you know what I mean? So like I dealt with like an old prick today, and I don't mind old pricks, you know what I mean? Like, you know, those guys, you know, like the Muppets, the two guys that sit up in the fucking balcony and they rip on people. I love that shit. I love getting roasted by older people, especially Jeff Rogers. He's one of the best ones. And this was just tacky, just like, leave me alone kind of shit. Maybe it's just early for me. I don't know. Like,
no, it is bullshit because I don't know. I'm on there's two opposite ends of the spectrum, like just like you. It took me fucking 2 years after I got out to even want to go to the VA because I was like, I'd fucking, first of all, like, I'm fine. I can fucking function. So why would I want to try to go milk the government a dime if I'm completely fine, able to function, and then...
But it helps you, you know, I mean, income's income. Well, if you don't mind me asking, what percentage are you at?
I'm 30.
That's not, I mean, that's not bad. You know what I mean? I got the table right in front of me, so I know how much you're making. And now, when you get, it all depends on, like, spouses, too. If you got a spouse or kids or a parent, shit like that. Does that, now, say, like, you get married. Say you married your girlfriend. Now, would it increase with marriage? Or is it like, ex post facto? Does it matter, like, when it happened?
I think it's retro to
Okay.
where.
Oh shit. So.
So if you have to be married at the time, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Because retro would mean then they would pay you back from the time you got injured when you got married.
Like the time you file your claim, they retro it to that date, saying, okay, you weren't married then. So
Okay.
you're not going to get that.
Okay, so that wouldn't necessarily be retro, because retro they'd pay you that back. I thought this was gonna be a lot more like hateful, but I don't know, like because you you agree with me, so like it's making it easier for me. But fuck that old vet cunt. He was, dude, like straight up, like it's not because he made fun of my sweatpants, and then my donut was sprinkled. And I ate it, like I took it out of the bag and ate it in front of them, and they were silent when that happened. And it's like, fuck you, I like sprinkles on my donut. Sorry, you got to watch your cholesterol or whatever. It's like I probably should too, but I mean, fuck you. I'm gonna eat my sprinkled donut. God damn! Now looking at it from the vet's point of view. I'm wearing sweatpants on a Tuesday late morning, 9:30, and eating a sprinkled donut and a Titans shirt. Jesus Christ.
No, but fuck him if he's going to be a stuck-up little cunt about it. Like,
okay, thank you.
It's like those fucking dudes that change their profile pictures on Veterans Day. Like, thank me for my shirt.
I did it when the Jews died, but that was more like a again? At least it wasn't 6 million. Like, oh man, I really hope the board doesn't look at my fucking. What's up, Chris King? Good job last night, buddy. Let's see. Entices people to apply for benefits even when not needed. Use it or lose it. That is Jacob Froman. Yeah.
That does.
It certainly does. But I mean, I know motherfuckers that are 90%. I know people that are 100%, like you said, dude, and are still working, that are, close to me, and it's like, damn, dude, that's fucking sweet. Like, that you can get that kind of fucking money and still work. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude, I even met someone that was 100% disabled through the VA, and then they went and re-enlisted. I don't know how that works, but yeah, you can even do that. So not only was he collecting his paycheck from the military after he re-enlisted, but he was also collecting that 100% disability check every month while still serving.
The fuck? I don't know. Like, I didn't lose connection with you. I don't know if you can see your. I don't know if you got me on your phone or TV or anything right now. I was very baffled. Like, dude, my jaw was dropped, and I noticed my lips were chapped at that point. Look at that. My lips are very chapped. But let's see. But my asshole is clean and smooth, ladies. If you want to get to eating, oh, Chris is on. I don't want to make him jealous. Let's see. Okay, and then yeah, what I don't get though is like, why do you get more money if if your spouse is in AA? Like, what is that about?
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's some bullshit. Like, because you're dating a piece of shit.
They're drinking to cope with your disabilities.
It's only like at max 168, I think, a month extra. That's a tank of gas a month, man. That's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's fucking, I'd suck dick for that money right now. I just said I put $2 in my account so I didn't overdraft. And I might have to take cans back tomorrow just to make sure that we're cool. But, yeah, it's going to be a long wait till Thursday, that's all. And, I don't know, it just, maybe I'm fucking just being jealous of these guys, but it's just fucking crazy, man. Like, and like you said, how you can claim injuries that you sustained before, as long as there's no paper trail. You know what I mean? Like, I was told that as well. As long as there's no doctor paper trail to this, and then it can be confirmed by a veteran's doctor then that you have the loss, they can't pinpoint when that happened.
Even if there is, like, if you can think of a way to connect it to your service, like, then they'll pay you for it. Even if you did see a doctor for it 3 years before you enlisted, they don't really look at that shit.
Right.
Which I don't know how.
It's just fucking aggravating. And you know the people that I'm talking about where they just they brag about their fucking time. Like you were a Marine. Luckily you didn't see any combat really, and you know, and that's good. And I'm proud of you for it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be called a vet, but I was actually talking to a Vietnam vet today about this after it happened, and he said to all the other vets, "You guys fucking suck." And so I think that's just the Vietnam coming out of him. I don't know.
Well, yeah, he probably fought.
It could be the Agent Orange.
The craziest shit that is imaginable. So.
Sure, that's one. Like the fucking movie with Mel Gibson was We Were Soldiers. Dude, Mariah had me watch that once, and I couldn't take it. We watched Saving Private Ryan, and then We Were Soldiers. I'm like, I'm done with war movies. I can't take it anymore, man. Like, you know how many people got set on fire in that fucking... Like, when that Asian got burned up and We Were Soldiers. Oh, my God, man. And they're hitting him with morphine needles. It's like, that ain't gonna do a fucking thing, man. He needs a bullet. Right in the fucking head.
And even my grandpa used to tell me, he was in Vietnam. He told me some crazy fucking story. Like, this motherfucker was riding in a Humvee, and the dude that was riding next to him got his fucking head taken off by a fucking rocket.
And he saw the whole fucking thing? Like, they're just like, yeah, look at us! Just like, looking for a rendezvous. And then just fucking, bam! Fucking IED through the face.
Wonder. Like, and then fast forward fucking 40 years, the dude has congestive heart failure.
Which one, the guy without the head or your grandpa?
My grandpa.
That's a bad joke.
Took me a second.
I don't know if this is a touchy subject for some people, man, because like we keep getting people coming in, good size number, and then dropping right off. Yeah. It could be dry.
Fuck them.
Or it could be just touchy. I don't know, but
fuck them.
I thought for sure this would be a little more risque, but it's going very smooth. It is.
I'm sorry I don't have more like.
It's cool.
America views.
Yeah, no, you're all right, man. I mean, it's just something like, and if you know Jeff Weber, what's up, dude? I'm sure Jeff goes to the VA as well. Shit, I can't. I just got the HIPAA. Jesus, sorry. No, he doesn't. Who's Jeff? Fuck. But
dude, I don't think you have HIPAA to worry about because I don't think you don't work in a medical field, do you?
Nah.
So you can say all you want.
Yeah, but like, okay, that's true.
They're not going to take.
All right, well, Jeff Weber has micro wiener syndrome. I'm just kidding. Chris King opened this up while at work, thinking it would be fine, and the first audible sentence was "fuck that old veteran cunt." We got Jacob Froman that wants to call in. So Chad, let this gentleman call in. I threw the number up there, Jacob, and then Chad, you can call right back. Are you listening to the show?
More controversial views than I have.
Yeah. Chad, do you got anything to do? Are you watching the show right now?
I got to go to work pretty soon, so.
Okay, so is this it for us?
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for your help, buddy, and have a good day at work, and thank you for your service. I love you.
I was going to say, you better fucking thank me for my service. All right, buddy, I love you, man.
Love you too, bro.
Later.
Peace. Chad Lasher, everyone, thank you. Go ahead, CEO, call on in. There's a number there. Yeah, so, let's see. Let me update this. Sorry about that, Chris. Headphones, man. If you're going to listen to this at work, headphones, big time. Let's see if I missed anyone. Seth Buckman, got you. I want to make sure to say hi to everybody because I appreciate each and every one of you listeners. I mean, they could be gone by now, but like sometimes I'll get shit from people. Oh, Lindsay, what's up, Lindsay? I didn't even see you. Lindsay Michelle, thank you for joining. Sweetheart. But let's see. Go ahead and call in Jake. The phone's wide open for you, my friend. Jake is a part of the XTCW. He is known as, I don't think you guys are called characters. I don't know what you call yourself. He's the wrestler CEO. He's kind of a dick. Did some time for some insider trading, and hopefully he knows how to work a fucking phone. and we'll call in. Nothing yet. All right. Well, so how was your morning? Mine was unsettling because of an old veteran cunt. But it involved a sprinkled donut, and just to let my fans out there know, for Christmas, sprinkled donuts, baby. I love me some sprinkled donuts. Here we go. I can only assume this is him. EO, it's the Joe Show. Is this CEO?
What's going on?
What's up, brother? How you been?
Good. So, I wanted to share my opinions on this topic.
Absolutely. Fire away. Fire away,
I am not usually shy in my opinions, and
good. We need it.
That leads me to gain a lot of friends, but it definitely leads me to lose a lot of friends. So,
fuck them.
so before I start, full disclosure, I tried to join the military when I was 19. Got into some legal trouble, and the option was probation for a year or join the military. And
Okay.
I had decided that I would rather join the military, get some discipline in my life, so I went and I tested, and I failed the test.
What
failed
test?
the hearing test. The hearing test at the MEP Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I tried to get medical waivers. It wouldn't work. So the only reason I share that is because, I have a lot of respect for servicemen and
Sure.
women, and I have a lot of respect for what they do. The fact that I couldn't go to this day still bothers me, especially because if I had gone, I would have been in the heat right after 9/11, and I would have loved that opportunity.
You're a big guy, too, man. You would have fucked some shit up. You just had to keep that big, dumb head low, man, because they would fuck up. You're a tall guy.
So I just wanted to kind of lay that foundation. I respect military men and women crazy.
Cool.
Like when I go out to eat, if I see somebody, I go out of my way to thank them for their service. I just want to put that disclaimer out there before I get a little bit vicious on this topic.
Oh, there's more. All right. There we go. I like this.
I think a large problem with our country specifically is an entitlement approach where, people think that because they signed a piece of paper and they served in the military for 2 years that they should be entitled to those VA benefits. My personal opinion is if you're hurt, whether domestic or international, if you're hurt while serving in the military, you absolutely should be compensated for that. However, if you serve a domestic term, if you're in the United States for 2 years and you don't actually have a physical ailment or injury that comes to you, I personally do not believe that things like PTSD or stress should be something that you're entitled to as a member of the military. Now, if you go overseas, even if you just go overseas, you don't even necessarily have to see combat. But if you go overseas, you're putting yourself into harm's way, not knowing the outcome. And because of that, I would say that mental category even should definitely be covered.
What about it if it's not a war zone? Like, what if they just put you in Singapore or fucking...
Well, listen, at the end of the day, you're committing to going overseas with the possibility of having to serve, wartime.
Well, you're committing that,
right?
Signing up no matter what. You're committing that,
right?
Even in the reserves.
So I can see myself like if they sent me to China, right? I don't eat fish. I don't eat seafood, right? That's going to mess with me so bad, and I don't know that I would eventually be able to handle that. No, but so here's what I get back to, right? So I work in the banking field. I've worked in the banking field my whole life, hence the CEO, thought process with my character with XCCW. And really what, you like that plug, by the way, but anyway.
That was great. No, I love
it. So here's my thought process, right? So I make a decent living. I have a big family. And I had somebody the other day call me from the county and say, hey, would you like to take advantage of HEAP benefits? Now, for those of you that don't know, HEAP benefits are if you can't afford to pay your gas bill.
You are a great phone caller.
So what it is it's a one-time payout or a 3-month payout of your utility bills if you can't afford them. Now, here's where I run into a problem with that, right? I don't need that. It's not something I seeked out for. It's not something I feel I need to be able to pay or need to be able to have that assistance from.
Right.
My problem is the government is reaching out and saying, hey, don't you want to take this handout? Don't you want this? Isn't this something that you definitely need to have in your life? Would you like to have relief in the middle of the winter for your heat bills? Well, damn straight, I would love that.
Oh, absolutely, because it's not fucking easy to fill those tanks, man.
Well, but here's the situation. Why is the government calling and begging us to consume tax revenue and therefore increasing our tax rate? So, long story short, I think about that with the military,
government,
right?
That's about it. That's all I got for you because of the government.
Right. So my thought process with the military is when you're in the military, because I'm in banking, I know, like, they can't foreclose on your home. They can't increase your credit card rates. You can get, when you're in the military, you can get funding for a vehicle if you need to. Like, there's so many benefits while in the military.
Right.
If you need the VA benefits when you get out, if you justifiably need them, then I would say by all means get them. But let me give an example. I have a sibling who dated a young man.
Before you do that, we just got some new people abroad. What's up, EJ? Jesse Roaring, Dave DeWolf, Kevin Goupel. If you just joined us, we are with Jacob Froman, a.k.a. the CEO of XCCW, and he is helping us talk. We're going over VA benefits and disability benefits and whether or not you need them and things of that sort. Go ahead, buddy. Sorry to cut you off.
So it's fine. I have a sibling who dated a young man that served in the military, and he saw, wartime situations. Like, I'm pretty sure that he had to take some pretty drastic steps. I'm pretty sure he has a head count type of situation, right? And he has a head count, right? So he was front lines. Like, he actually served.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So, and he was a sharpshooter. It is what it is, right? He came back, and he was fined for 6 to 8 months, and then out of nowhere, he started to become really, really aggressive with this family member of mine. And, I feel like in that specific situation, when you come back and your head's on straight and you're fine, and then all of a sudden, 6 months to a year later, now you're looking for that handout. And I just looked at it and I said, I can see that he is consciously making steps to make it seem like he needs this benefit.
So you think this motherfucker was like trying to make himself? Okay, he's trying.
Yeah, he's totally gaming the system. Yeah, because. Well, and this happened. This isn't the only person I know that's done this before, right? Okay. So, it's hard for me as somebody that wanted to go serve, that couldn't go serve, to look at somebody that did serve and then is saying, because I served 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, even though I was fine when I came home, I know that within, I think it's a 2-year period, if you don't utilize the benefit, that they start peeling back and they start looking a little bit more detailed into your needs, right? I think it's a 2-year period where within those first 2 years, you can take full advantage without that second look, which is kind of like a checks and balances to make sure it's not being used. So he saw that he was going to lose out on that benefit, and he started doing things. And I actually heard conversations of him saying, I got to go see a psych, because if I don't go see a psych, even though I don't need it, it's not going to be registered as a need for me because I don't have this piece of paper.
All right.
So I personally don't see, the VA has a lot of problems, right? We saw this over the past 5 years with veterans dying, waiting for service and waiting 4 or 5 months for a cancer diagnosis when your cancer is progressing. There's a lot of mismanagement of the VA. And one of those biggest categories, in my opinion, is the oversight to the claims processing. Because I'll tell you right now, if we got rid of, it's kind of like welfare abuse, right? If we got rid of all of the abuse, can you imagine how much better the service would be for those that actually need it?
Right, but you
got to think the revenue that we would have.
You got to think about how the fuck do you get rid of that abuse? I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. If I can get some extra dough, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, but like. There's guys who, like the last caller before said, they're 90 to 100% apparently disabled, but they can still have a full-time job and shit like that. So they're making, and that's like what, like $3,000 a month at that point, if not more, depending on which part of the body is hurt and this and that.
Right, and I'm working, 160 hours a month to make that. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. So that part is kind of fucked up. So like. At what line do you say, like, okay, because, like, motherfuckers too that claim extra people on their taxes for a bigger return. where do you draw the line? Like, is that bad? Is that like? Are you saying it just like it's all bad? Because like sometimes
I feel like when you go to the MEP Center to enroll, there's a small, brief mental stability assessment that you get from the doctor, where they kind of ask you questions. Hey, have you contemplated suicide? Have you ever attempted? They have right. So, but here's the question: why can't we have a panel of people that are responsible for doing that when you come back or leave? Prior to leaving, they have another assessment with you, and it should be paneled, so it's not one person deciding your fate for the rest of your life, right?
Sure.
It should be a panel, but there should be somebody centralized that can say, this gentleman is leaving the service and his mental state is that of which can be progressive throughout his life, and therefore he would not be entitled to, and like I said in the beginning of this, physical is different than mental. I feel like the mental cases where they say I have PTSD or I have stress or anxiety disorder, I think those are really where a lot of the abuse cases are, because you can't prove it. There's no physical indicators of anxiety disorder, right? Not readily available anyway. So I feel like there needs to be an assessment at the end of the military service. If there hasn't been combat time served, there needs to be a mental assessment, and that needs to be an assessment that helps them determine whether or not they're eligible for those VA benefits. I personally have a problem with somebody making $4,000 in tax revenue after serving 2 years and sitting in Colorado, working on an airplane. That's just like a day job. I'm not getting a pension after 2 years. Why should you?
Okay, I feel you there. Yeah, absolutely.
So what's your opinion on this?
I didn't even think of that. I mean, the mental being more. You said you think it's more than the physical.
Because with physical abuse, like with a physical injury, you can point to X-rays. You can point to a loss of a limb. It's a lot harder to get disability under the mental pre-course or under the physical. That's where
they get
pre-course.
More. Actually, I was told, because they can say, because like I actually know someone who stayed stateside and they were a medic and they got PTSD from the shit they had to, like, because they were a base in Kentucky, Fort Campbell, and they brought injured soldiers back there, and they saw death, they saw all this shit, so they got PTSD stateside. So I wanted to bring that up because in the beginning of the conversation you said that how do you develop PTSD without deploying? And I had that same fucking thought until I talked to this person and they told me that. I'm like, yeah, that makes kind of fucking sense, because it's not just a war. It's not, PTSD isn't just a war thing. It's something you go through mentally. So like, yeah,
but I mean, but how do you gauge somebody that worked on a surgical floor in a military base in Colorado that had to work on somebody that got their leg blown off versus a doctor that works at ECMC that had to deal with somebody that got shot in the face? Right. They're not going to get, there's no PTSD there for them. That's their job. You see what I'm saying? Like,
that's a good fucking point. I mean, if someone wants to call and argue that's a good one, actually. And I'm going to bring that up. That's a good point.
When you sign up for the military, you sign up for a job. And whatever that job is, or you get assigned to a job, whatever that job is your job. It's what you get paid to do, right? The problem is if your job is to be a medic and you can't hack being a medic, you should probably let your platoon leader know that instead of dealing with it for 2 years and then collecting on the system. And I hate saying collecting on the system, right? Because at the end of the day, what that means is collecting from us as citizens. And that's what I think people lose track of, is the fact that every time you receive a check, somebody else is losing that money in their family.
True, right? But it's set up already in the state you live in. You agree to it as it is, and it's not something that's just going to change because of one person. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Yep,
but you're making a very valid point. But I mean, I guess it's just the field you work in. I mean, if you're you're more prone to PTSD, just like you're more prone to loss of hearing if you're a rock star and shit like that. You know what I mean? As opposed to if you worked at a factory but you listened to fucking earbuds way too loud and you got loss of hearing that way. So it's more extreme. I think it's on a more extreme playing field. You know what I mean? Or a different playing field.
Now, I have met a lot of veterans that have that get their disability regularly, and I can see and I can feel that they need that, right? It's the ones that have that approach where, well, I'm entitled to it, so why not take it? That's the approach that I have a problem with, right? Just because I'm entitled to HEAP because of the size of my family does not mean that I should take that HEAP, because at the end of the day, that's affecting other people. And I think that's where I run into an issue with it sometimes, is that they're enticing people to take something that may not necessarily be needed for them, and it takes away from everybody in the equation.
But there's
penny
penny pinchers out there, man, that would look at that and be like, shit. And it's just like recycling. You know, we could all make a difference if each one of us did our part, but there's so many people not doing it that it's just very easy to be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. One of the most common things I hear from specifically certain members of my family, like, well, you pay the taxes, why not collect it back? Right. So, well, the thought process is that you only pay what's needed. And the problem is there's so much abuse in every system, whether it's VA or welfare, there's so much abuse in every system that there's really no way to have a decent checks and balances on that. And that's what comes back to the question you referenced, is how do you know what the line is? And I think the line is blurred intentionally to avoid contention.
Okay, explain that to me a little bit, because I'm
done. Okay, so if it was black and white, listen, if you lose a limb, you get benefits. If you don't, you don't. Well, that's going to cause a lot of people to either A, not join the military in the fear that they're not going to be supported if they get hurt, or B, it's just going to tell them that the government doesn't want to back the people that are willing to put their life on the line, right? So It can't be black and white. The same goes with, say we talk about PTSD. PTSD is something that has to be gauged on an individual basis, right? There's no real way to create an overarching concept that can be applied to everybody evenly to make it equitable for everyone. So they have to have a gray area.
Makes sense.
The gray area is what is exposed by the people that fake injuries. They expose that gray area, so they know it's. Let me give an example, real world example. The migrant workers that are coming up north.
Ooh,
let's tie this in.
Stop there.
Tie this in.
I got it. Let me introduce all these people before you get into that, because I'm gonna love this one. All right, so we got a room coming in. We got Kevin Goupel, Kyle Lacey, Fish Patterson. What's up, my man? Lev, I love you. Dale, Danny, welcome back. But I don't know. Have you ever watched before, you prick? I love you though. Aunt Jenny, I love you. Thank you for watching. What's going on, Dale? How you doing? Katrina Dunlap, thank you for watching. What's going on? Cutie Pie. We got. Oh, Leah, what's going on, Leah? And Chad added, too, I was denied hearing loss. This is the Marine I just got off the phone with. I was denied hearing loss on my claim. I was with artillery. They said that because shooting guns outside the military was a hobby of mine, that they couldn't pay me for it. And we were in a band, too, together. Let's see. And he also
Don't put him on blast like that. You're killing his case, brother.
He said we were tailed by a Chinese destroyer for 48 hours. I could claim PTSD for that. That's a legit fucking... That's scary. I'd think about that the rest of my fucking life. There's shit that I think about in like the 7th grade while I'm showering, and I just go, like, because I think about it, like, that one time I farted, and, like, everyone fucking heard it, or, like, they smelt it and knew it was me, and, like, that girl I liked fucking... You know what I mean? And I'll think about it and just like, just at random parts and just like, so I give myself PTSD over the dumbest shit. If I was getting chased for 48 fucking hours, fucking by a Chinese destroyer, yeah, I'd be a little fucking fucked up from that. So it depends on how strong of a threshold, you know, you have like mentally and shit like that. But we'll get to that. Go ahead. You were saying about the motherfuckers from up north. What were you saying?
Down south.
Down
so
south.
I wanted to kind of.
Yeah, I wanted Canadians are fucking up our system. Sorry about that.
So I wanted to connect the dots a little bit when I say like this gray area and this enticement thought process when it comes to collecting benefits, right? So we have this migrant caravan of thousands of people coming up north, right? And I'm not going to get into the logistics behind it, like all of the complicated thought process, but here's what I know. About 50 miles from the border, we have people that start embedding themselves into this caravan, and they say, hey, these are the 2 specific things that you need to say in order to get into the United States and to be able to stay. You need to say that you have a specific financial concern and that your life is in harm's way. But here's the key behind that. They're being told this and they're being coached this before they even get to the border. So when they get to the border and the pre-described situation that these people at the border have to deal with, and they hear those two key points, our laws specifically say that because they cited those two key points, they're eligible for harboring, right?
Okay.
So let me give you an example. I specifically have had a situation where I have gone to apply for health insurance, and this can apply to medical benefits with the VA also, but I went to apply for benefits, and they give you this person that you work with, this caseworker that you work with, right, that helps you understand your finances versus what you're eligible for, which you're not eligible for. And I gave her my income, and I said, here's what I have, what can I do? And you know what she said to me? She said, well, if you were to just tell them, now mind you, this is a state employee, right? This is somebody that's supposed to help you do this legitimately. If you were to just tell them that you were putting this much money into your retirement, you would be eligible and your whole family would be eligible for Medicaid.
Right.
So, mind you, I have a decent job that offers health insurance that I can take advantage of. But what we have is we have people in the government that are encouraging people to do things like that. Just say you put this into retirement and we'll pay for your health care for the whole year. You know what I mean? So
sure.
When I say that there's the gray areas that could be taken advantage of when it comes to VA, I think that sometimes is part of that process where they're looking for advice and they're trusting the people that were put in front of them for that advice, and those people aren't necessarily always giving them the best of options, whether a positive or a negative. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's where that gray area tends to allow people that shouldn't have it to have it, which therefore causes a loss in services or benefits to those that do need it and should have it. You know, if you think about the abuse in the VA system, if you were to reduce down the amount of people that are collecting that shouldn't be collecting, the people that are waiting 6 and 8 months for an appointment would drastically see a reduction in that. But there's no checks and balances for that because they need the gray area in order to help the people that actually need help. And I will leave my case at that.
I like it. Hey, no, nice call, man. You fucking very informative. Stirring the pot a little bit. I like that too. But no, you made 110%, man. And fuck, 110%. You made factual. I don't know. I'm more. You know what I mean. You think I'd have it down as a fucking speaker, but I don't. But you made sense, man. And I appreciate you calling in and chiming in and actually teaching me and hopefully a couple other of my guests a thing or two about some shit, because you definitely know what you're talking about, man. And don't be a stranger to the show, man. Fucking it was good to have you on, my man.
Yep, thanks, man. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. That was Jacob Froman, CEO of XCCW. Let's thank him for that. Fucking good job, Jacob. Yeah, I mean, it's just like he said, there's always going to be a gray area for fucking everything in life when it comes to relationships, when it comes to fucking tax fraud, when there's, you know what I mean? And like he said, whether it's to bait people into taking advantage of it. But let's see. Driving to work, I got a couple more things I want to add. Come on, call back in, Chad. Give us a call. Go ahead, buddy. Staker, what's up, brother? Staker's in our fantasy league. He is a good friend of mine. Haven't seen him in a while. It's good to thank you for joining the show, my friend. The number is 255-7752 if you want to give it a call. We've had so far 2 good calls, and here's our third call, but from the same guy from earlier. What's up, Chad? What's going on?
Hey, buddy. I just wanted to stack on a couple of things that the CEO said.
Okay.
The gray area thing, I mean, he's right about that, but, I mean, the thing that gets me is I think he said there should be some sort of deterrent for guys claiming benefits that shouldn't have them. I think the VA itself is a fucking deterrent, because if you walk in there, say you walk in there with the mindset, okay, I'm not really fucked up, but it's fucking payday. But you walk in the VA and you see all these dudes fucking rolling around in their wheelchairs because they got blasted by an IED and they got no legs or fucking no arms and no legs. I mean, that should be deterrent enough. I mean, if you're that big of a piece of shit that you can walk in there and be like, I deserve it just as much as that guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
It is not a fun fucking place to go. Dude.
I couldn't imagine. I had a seizure not that long ago, and I felt like I didn't have to be there because someone came in there gushing fucking blood. I'm like, dude, I am wasting a bed right now that could be filled up by that person. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I got to get out of here. Fucking, I just go home and rest. Fucking. So I can only and I'm not like trying to be like me. Listen to how much of a sweetheart I am. I look like a fucking a Wildberry Pop-Tart with this background and fucking my shirt being blue. I just need my green cord, dude. I look like a fucking Wildberry Pop-Tart. Or no, blue. It's like blue.
If you can walk in there and just not feel anything
Yeah,
for
sorry
those
about
people
that.
and think that you can fucking think that you deserve it just as much as them, or you see what these guys are going through.
Right.
And the VA's probably giving them fucking problems still. That's why they're there, because there's some sort of issue with their claim that the VA thinks that, and they're pretty strict. Like, you have to give like a real good reason as to why things should be service connected. Like my hearing loss, they refused to connect that to service and wouldn't pay me because I mentioned in passing that I enjoy shooting guns on my free time. So
That's
they're
bullshit, man.
And I was artillery. I was next to fucking 155 millimeter cannons going off in my fucking ear.
Right. That wouldn't be a fucking variable to your hearing loss at all, you know?
But no, it's from shooting at fucking 22 in my backyard. That's
Dude, you can hold a 22 up. And if you don't know much about guns, a 22 is so light you can hold up against your cock and there's zero kickback. It wouldn't even hurt.
yeah. So there is shit like that. And then another thing is, like, if they were to try to checks and balance it more and actually could start denying claims, like, think of all the little fucking prissy faggots that got hurt in boot camp and they're going in for the disability and they get denied. They're going right to fucking Channel 4 News saying the VA denied my claim. I'm fucking hurt. It's just like, say you get an offender bender.
Okay.
And the person in front of you says they have fucking back problems from it, but you barely nudge the person. I mean,
Sure.
you can't really say that they don't. I mean,
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a fucking 2.5 ton vehicle, depending on what you drive. Right?
yeah. So it's just people are always, we're in a sue happy society. People are always looking for that quick, easy buck. So, and if they don't get it, they're going straight to fucking news outlets.
Yeah, I just go to the National Bank of Chad if I need a quick fix.
Oh yeah. You still owe me.
I know.
It's okay. I love you.
I'm getting my dough Thursday, so to give us a reason to see each other.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What do you work? Are you on afternoons?
I'm on 3 to 11, so.
Oh, perfect. So we can chill.
Yeah.
You want to do a show? Like
Absolutely.
together? Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Because I got a
What are you
concept that I want you to think about. Because I don't think we can do it without getting in trouble. Because I'll give you an example. Remember that 70s show?
Yeah.
Well, I want to do a That Millennial show and be like, yo, let's take these guns to school. And that's it. Like a 15-second show. You know what I mean? Like, just show how much millennials are a piece of shit. Like, as a culture. You know what I mean? And then,
I agree.
so we can't film it because that'd be like we're advocating it. So I would say, maybe we can do a radio bit about it. So think of some more, and then we'll do that as a radio bit.
All right. I just wanted to throw in those other 2 points.
Yeah. Oh, and if this helps at all, he agreed with you. He put agreed ! So there you go.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks for your help, brother.
I love you.
Love you. Peace. All right, everybody. Anyone else want to call in and chime in on the fact? If you're just joining us, that was Chad Lasher. We heard from Jacob, CEO Froman. Is it Froman? I think I'm saying it right. Both of you guys have been a huge, huge help to the show with talking about the disability benefits earned by veterans and whether or not it's deserving, and because the amount, the circumstances, all that thing, and like we said in yesterday's episode, and we'll continue to say, because it's probably my favorite word now, is variables, man. Everything has fucking variables, and I want to credit Dan Wah with that one. He chooses to keep his name like that for... what's up, Jake Thompson? What's up, Kaylee? How you doing? I think he chooses to keep his name, even though he has a business. I don't know. I'm just going to keep it at Dan Wah, though, so... yeah, variables, man. There are always variables to everything in life, and... even, when it comes to, man, my lips are chapped. Look at that shit. But at least not the corner herpy looking shit. I think I was on camera with that. That was horrifying. That was a scary couple weeks for me, because that shit, I don't know if you've ever had like chapped corners. It takes a while to go away, and like then it gets pimply. So it might have been herpes. Who knows? We'll fucking know. It's going to be tough to tell, though, because now winter's coming, and that's like chapped lip weather. And I won't know if I'm having breakouts or, herpes breakouts or chapped lips until spring. It's snowing right now, actually. I'm looking out my window. It's snowing. So that's cool. I like snow. I like winter. I like the whole time of year. I like darkness and stuff like that. I don't like sunlight, as you can see from my complexion. I hate it. Also, the light in here doesn't have a cover over it, so damn. Okay, it's very bright, unlike myself. And I just want to thank you guys for following along today. It was a long episode. It was a ton of... What's up, Shayla? How you been, Shayla? Shayla McSpadden on board. Thank you for joining. Sorry. Just got a text from my good buddy. Let's see here. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for tagging along for this episode and the support yesterday. So far, we're having a great comeback. I know it's been a while, but I plan on sticking around. So this time we were just caught up in a move, and this is a touchy subject, I know, and maybe we'll cover on it more. The more like I said, I was just reviewing it today after that old fucking vet dickhead pissed me off because I'm wearing sweatpants. And like I said, they're not that fucking like elastic band sweatpants. It's a nice casual pair of Realtree Dollar General sweatpants, fucking. So get over it, man. And I'm wearing the Titans shirt in honor of their win over their domination, 35-10 over the Patriots, not allowing a touchdown pass from Tom Brady. Nick Sirianni always coming in at the end. What's up, Ryan Phelps? Thank you, sir, for joining. How are you doing? When we do our best work, yeah, it's true, man. Fall, winter, man, is when me and Chris King and the gang, we do our best fucking work. But unfortunately, he is in the seasonless LA, and that's all right. I miss you, brother. Wish you were out here to enjoy the fall. You are my fall man. But yeah, and my Facebook husband. But my El Rey of Sunlight. If you didn't know, Rey is Spanish for king. So Chris King. I used to say when I was going to his house, I'm going to the Casa de la Rey. But yeah, so variables. Fucking variables. No, but it's true, and there's people that get what they don't deserve all the time in life, whether it is these benefits, and there's people that don't get what they deserve throughout life. You know what I mean? You're like it's always the good ones that die young, and the assholes live forever. And then it's the rich that get richer and shit. And it's true. It seems to be fucking true because when I do have money, I seem to get lucky and get like free drugs or like fucking. Win at scratch-offs, finally. Unless I go, I found a penny on the ground. Heads up, better use my last buck for, like, fucking lucky sevens, and then I'm broke. And I'm sucking dick for Kickstart energy drinks, you know what I mean? Who hasn't been there? I really need to get sound effects back into this to kind of cushion the blows of my blowjob jokes. Let's see, EJ, that purple curtain makes this look like a bad movie audition. You know what? I was going to hold movie auditions because, like I said in my last episode, I want to write a movie and commit to the creative process of it. And when I do hold auditions in front of these fucking curtains, I had a part for you too, EJ. You're not involved. If you guys don't know, EJ is my cousin, and I love him. But yeah, so thank you for sticking around for this. This is a nice long one, but I'm sure there's more to it that we could add, and it won't stop here because this we didn't really touch on it that much. And there's more that we can get to know about CR38 or CFR38. What is it? It's my note dropped. Hold on, let me get it. Okay. Code of Federal Regulations 38. Sorry about my hair, my mullet. I need to get it cut. Which is, look it up, CFR 38. Jesus Christ, we are falling apart. And that is everything you need to know about military benefits and how you get them and go about them and things of that sort. So I'll be reading up on that just so I know. Instead of looking at this timetable and doing word of mouth and stuff like that. Let's see. But yeah, you gotta be, in order to get your military benefits, like I said, you gotta be in there for at least 2 years, and you also got to, or you gotta be deployed. So 2 years is an associate's degree, and so think of this. Either be in the military for 2 years and scam the system, get money that way, or go debt-free, that's a debt-free way. This is the not debt-free. Holy shit. I gotta stop hitting this fucking stand. Go the non-debt-free way and do the military thing and scam them, or go the debt way and get your associate's degree and become a dental hygienist, air traffic controller, avionics technician, web developer, computer network support specialist, geological and petroleum technician, and much more. But, that takes learning and debt, and that's your 2-year degree, what you can get there. That is an associate's. I believe you can get a bachelor's in 2 years. It's 120 credits, I believe. Yeah, but it's a lot of fucking credits in 2 years. I don't know if that's I don't know. I don't know anything about anything. I don't even know why you guys watch this shit. But I do appreciate it, and I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you guys have fun. Till next time. This is the Joe Show. I love you all. Trying to get Devin Sampson on here so he can talk about his DJing event that he had. Looked badass, and he's a good friend of mine, good friend of yours. And let's see if there's any last comments. Any last phone call? I'll audition. You'll get the part. Don't worry, EJ. Anyone want to call in real quick? All right. Well, I love you all very much, and thank you for the support, for the continued support. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. This has been fun, and be safe. It's starting to snow out there, so fucking remember, you know how to drive in this. You're from Western New York. Don't turn into a piece of shit. All right? And use your fucking signals, pieces. And I don't care if you're pulling out of your own driveway. I want to know which way. All right? Or like if I'm waiting to turn out of somewhere, and I'm waiting for you to go across, but you end up turning anyway. Let me know. I don't give a fuck if you're 200 fucking miles down the road. If we can see each other, you flip that signal on and let me know I'm cool to go. All right? Till then, I will see you, and I love you all, and thanks again. This is the Joe Show. Bye. Spreaker. There's not an easy way to say goodbye to you guys, but thank you for listening on the Spreaker app. This is the Joe Show. Tell your friends about it. Spread it like a virus. Spread it like AIDS. Spread it like the herpes that I could potentially have on the left corner of my mouth. I love you all, and good night. Or no, good afternoon. I gotta get into prime time.